Khal Rourke shoved Princess Savy behind the bulkhead. The assassin's spike sliced through his shirt and buried into his ribs. Fire ripped across his side. He grunted, clamped his arm around the intruder's wrist, and twisted. The alien assassin hissed, mandibles clacking. Scales gleamed under the corridor's red emergency lights. Khal drove his knee into the creature's midsection. Bone crunched, the spike yanked free, slick with his blood. Savy peeked out, her iridescent eyes wide. "Khal, stay down." He headbutted the assassin. Cartilage snapped. The alien slumped. Khal kicked the spike away. It skittered across the deck plating. Blood soaked his side. He yanked his belt free, looped it around his ribs, and cinched tight. Pain sharpened his focus. Routine maintenance, like patching a hull breach. Savy scrambled up. Her clawed hands gripped his arm. "You're hit. Let me move." He grabbed her wrist and dragged her toward the security hatch 50 meters ahead. Footsteps echoed behind, pursuit closing fast. She slapped her palm on her wrist comm. Royal code burst out in a high-pitched warble. Bulkheads slammed down corridor-wide, sealing off the chase. Lights flickered to strobes. Khal punched the hatch override. It hissed open. He shoved her inside first, then followed. The door sealed behind them. Savy leaned against the wall, breathing hard. Her scales flushed violet. Shock, maybe gratitude. "You took that for me." "Why?" Khal pressed his belt tighter. Blood seeped, anyway. Job's not done. The hatch exploded inward. Royal guards stormed through, plasma rifles leveled. 8 of them, armored in black chitin plate. Marshal Vecran led. His crest flared. "Down!" Vecran barked, rifles trained on Khal. Savy raised her hands. "He's my protector! He saved me!" The guards ignored her. 2 tackled Khal. He hit the deck hard, ribs screaming. Cuffs snapped on his wrists. Cold, unyielding alloy. They hauled him up like cargo. Vecran eyed the blood trail. "Human interference. Secure him as evidence." "Marshal!" Savy lunged forward. A guard blocked her. "Release him. Protocol, Princess." Vecran's voice stayed flat. Queen's orders, all unknowns detained post-incident. Khal met Savy's gaze. She looked furious, claws flexing. He nodded once. "Trust me to handle it." They dragged him away. Khal woke to restraints biting his wrists. Head throbbed. Ribs pulsed under a meaty patch someone slapped on. He lay on a slab in a dim chamber. Royal detention, judging by the crest etched on the walls. The door cycled. Queen Threxia entered, flanked by Vecran. Her crown spines gleamed gold. Scales shimmered obsidian, eyes like polished voids. She circled his slab. "Human. Khal Rourke, you intercepted a kill shot meant for my daughter." Khal tested the cuffs. "Solid." "Yeah. Assassins down the corridor." Threxia leaned close. Her breath carried metallic tang. "You survived a neurotoxin spike. My medics confirm it. Your physiology neutralized it. Extraordinary." He shrugged against the straps. "Lucky metabolism." Vecran shifted. "Highness, the human's actions align with protection. Release him." The Queen's spines twitched. "No. His survival disrupts the narrative. Rivals whisper the attack was staged. A human asset proves their hand. Or mine." She straightened. "You stay. Leverage against the court." Khal's jaw tightened. Political chess. He'd seen it on a dozen worlds. Princess needs protection. Erebus Scivi. Threxia signaled Vecran. "Isolate him. No contact." The Karn hesitated, gaze flicking to Khal's patch. Respect flickered there. Competence recognized. But he obeyed, ushering the Queen out. The door sealed. Khal exhaled slow, ribs held. Time to think. Savy paced the royal antechamber. Her claws scored the floor. Khal's blood still stained her robes. Trust built in that corridor. His shove, no questions, now caged like evidence. Vecran entered, helmet under arm. "Princess. The Queen holds firm. He's loyal, saved me without demanding title or boon." She stopped. "You saw the assassin. Court intrigue?" The Kran's crest lowered. Whispers of a rival house. "Your human's endurance. It exposes fractures. Queen uses him to bait them." Sayavi's eyes narrowed. "Then we extract him, quietly. Risks war." Vecran glanced at the door. "Diplomacy teeters." She touched her comm. "Encrypted channel." "Do it." Cal flexed his fingers. Cuffs hummed. Force field weave. Standard alien lock. He scanned the chamber. Vent overhead. Too narrow. Wall panel hummed with power conduits. Footsteps outside. The door cracked, not guards. A slim figure slipped in. Leah Nadir, his pilot. Human. All wiry muscle and quick eyes. Ugly routes specialist. Call. She crouched by the slab, toolkit out. Scivy's code pinged my ship. Said your guest of honor. He smirked through pain. Queen's plaything, cuffs first. Leah jacked her scanner into the panel. Sparks flew. These Zykari locks? Cake. Read the freak. Spoof it. The cuffs clicked open. She helped him sit. Ribs protested. Guards? 2 halls down. Vekrans distracting. She pressed a stim shot to his neck. Warmth flooded. Pain dulled. Cal swung legs off the slab. Stood steady. Ship prepped. Docked covert. Ugly Vector inskirted patrols. Leah grinned. But Queen's locking down. Rescue screams incident. He nodded. Pragmatic. Sci-Fi? Insisting on you. Trust like that? Rare. Leah handed him a compact pistol. Plan. Thence to hangar. I fly. You cover. Cal chambered around. Routine. Go. They pried the vent grate. Crawled into ducts. Hot air blasting. Alarms whooped distant. Lockdown starting. Below, voices echoed. Threxias. Find the human. He's proof. Cal dropped first into a side passage. 2 guards rounded the corner. He fired. Stuns dropped them silent. Leah landed light. Clean. They sprinted. Hangar doors ahead. Vecron waited there. Rifle slung casual. No block. Marshal. Cal raised hands slow. Vecron's eyes assessed. Queen's trap brewing. Your escape forces her hand. He stepped aside. Scivy's bond vouches. Go. Cal nodded. Competence met competence. Thanks. Savy burst from shadows, robes torn. She gripped his arm. Cal, I. Later. He pulled her toward Leah's ship. A battered freighter, ramps down. Plasma bolts scorched the deck. Guards swarmed the hangar mouth. Leah powered engines. Strap in! Cal shoved Savy aboard. Covered the ramp. Fired back. 2 down. Ribs burned, but he held. Ramp wind up. Ship lurched skyward. G-forces pinned them. Threxia's voice boomed over external comms. Human! Return, or diplomacy collapses. Cal keyed response from the hold. Tell your rivals, threats don't stick. Ship blasted free. Stars wheeled. Seovi clutched his hand, scales warm. Trust sealed in fire, but Vecron's warning lingered. Trap sprung, collapse inbound. Leah whooped from the cockpit. Ugly exit, clean getaway. Where to, hero? Cal eyed his ribs. Medipatch held. Chart a neutral rock. Queen wants leverage? She'll negotiate now. Savy squeezed tighter. Bond crossed stars. Rescue done. War next. Guard slammed Cal onto the med slab. Pain lanced his ribs where the assassin's blade had grazed. Blood slicked his shirt. Queen Threxia strode in, her crown scales flaring under the sterile lights. She shoved the lead surgeon aside. Scan him. The device hummed over his torso. Green lights flashed. Stable. The human lives. She turned to the guards. Move him to sealed medbay, core wing. Block all outside contact. Comms, visitors, probes, my authority only. Cal grunted, forcing his eyes open. The Queen met his gaze. Her 4 eyes narrowed. You saved my heir. Now you serve the throne. Guards hauled him up. He staggered between them down chrome corridors. Palace hum vibrated the floor. Doors sealed behind with final clanks. They dumped him in the new bay. White walls, no windows, single cot, scan console, nutrient dispenser. Door bolted with a Queen's glyph lock. Cal probed his ribs. Wound glued shut by field dressings. Functional. A medic scuttled in. Slender alien with twitching antennae. Hypo gleamed in its claw. Sedative for pain. Contractor. Queen's orders. Rest. Call knocked the hypo across the room. It shattered. No. Show me scans. The medic froze. Human protocol. Scans. Now. Cal sat up, ignoring the fire in his side. He towered even seated, human bulk filling the space. The medic hesitated, then patched the console. Hollow projected. Ribs cracked but mending. No organs hit. Toxin neutralized. Good patch, Cal said. I'm walking in hours. Open the door. Impossible. Queen seal. The medic fled. Cal tested the door. Solid. He paced. Routine maintenance. Assess. Adapt. Queen wanted him caged. Why? Leverage. His save proved loyalty to SciFi. Rivals in court saw threat. Hours ticked. Console chimed. Internal comm only. Marshal Vecran's face appeared. Scarred muzzle stern. Rourke. Interrogation. Answer true. Cal leaned in. Ask. Vecran's voice crackled. Assassin. House Krell markings on blade. You shielded princess. Why? Contract, Cal said. Paid to protect. Took the hit. Inconsistency 1. Humans don't contract palace guard. Your ident. Freelance fixer. Outer rim runs. Who hired? Cal shrugged. Anonymous relay. Standard. Dropped me at port. Pointed to SciFi. Vecran logged it. Stylus scratched audible. 2 blade toxin matched Krell labs. You survived dose that dropped Xeno 3 times your mass. How? Human standard. Liver scrubs it. Cal flexed his hand. No tremor. Vecran's ridges rose. Surprise. Aliens logged human physio as myth. 3. You fired on my guards post-strike. Escape vector plotted. Self-defense. Thought palace termed. Logged. Competence noted. Vecran paused. Queen holds you asset. Your survival indicts Krell.
She'll parade you. Or trade. Court fractures if you bolt.
Cal nodded. Trap. Brewing. Stay put. I verify. Calm cut. Cal lay back. Ribs throbbed less. Queen played angles. His life, pawn now. Footsteps outside. Muffled voices. Princess SciFi's. Sharp. Insistent. Cal pressed ear to door. Mother, release Cal. He saved me. Queen Threxia's tone iced. Daughter, he stays. Proof against Krell. Contact him, and you weaken throne. He's loyal, not tool. Handler assigned. Captain Lyra. Escort you always. No solo visits. Dismissed. Savi's scales rasped. Frustration. Footfalls retreated. Door stayed sealed. Cal pushed off the cot. Paced again. Trust built in fire. SciFi believed him blind. Queen saw chessboard. Marshall sniffed the play. Console pinged. Nutrient tube dispensed paste. Cal choked it down. Strength returned. He scanned room. Vents too small. Walls alloy thick. Wait for Vecrans verify. Hours blurred. Pain faded to ache. Cal shadowboxed. Slow. Controlled. Human endurance. Aliens stared at gymvids. Called legend. Routine. Doorglyph flashed. Unsealed. Vecran entered. Rifle low. 2 guards flanked. Verified. Krell plot confirmed. Your employer ghosted their relay. Queen knows. Call stood ready. Release? Vecran snorted. No. She ups leverage. Parade tomorrow. You vouch throne saved you. Bull. Cal cracked knuckles. Tell her. I walk, or court sees human loose. Guards tensed. Vecran waved them calm. Bold. Logged. He eyed Cal's frame. Heal fast. Humans do. Door resealed. Cal sat. Parade meant exposure. Rivals strike again? Or Queen's show to crush Krell claim? SciFi's voice leaked through vent. Distant hall. Arguing with handler. I need him. Princess protocol. Cal gripped the slab edge. Bond. Tugged. She trusted action, not crowns. He plotted. Vent crawl? No. Wait. Vecran's next log. Night cycle dimmed lights. Cal slept light. Dreamed Leah's ship. Ugly freighter waiting rimward. Neutral rock charts. Morning klaxon. Door opened. Surgeon medic returned. Tray balanced. Prep for transport. Queen's dais. Cal rose. Scans first. It complied. Fear in antennae. Hollow clean. Ribs fused. Guards marched him out. Corridors bustled. Courtiers whispered. Scales shifting colors. Nerves. Palace thrummed tension. Diplomatic collapse loomed. If Krell pushed. They reached antechamber. SciFi waited. Handler gripping her arm. Her eyes locked Cal's. Relief. Fire. You okay? Cal nodded once. Solid. Queen swept in, robes swirling. Human, you live by my grace. Speak truth on dais. Krell struck. Throne saved. Cal met her eyes. Four stared back, calculating. Truth. I saved Princess. You locked door. Courtiers hissed. Threxia's crest flared. Insolence. SciFy twisted free. Mother, he's right. Handler yanked her back. Veccan appeared at edge. Silent watch. Queen leaned close. Scales brushed Cal's arm. Cold. Leverage, human. Refuse, and your pilot ship burns at dock. Leonator, yes? Cal's jaw set. Leah fixer, loyal. Ugly routes her game. Low blow, politics. Thrixia straightened. Agree, or collapse. Cal scanned room. Vecran nodded. Micro play along, goal. Survival. Conflict, pawn or free. Outcome shifted. Fine, Cal said, for now. Queen smiled. Predator. Courtiers exhaled. Procession formed, but Vikran's eyes said, Trap tightens. Escape window slammed. Savvy squeezed past Handler, gripped Cal's sleeve. Scales warm against skin. Thank you, she whispered. Trust sealed. War brewed. Cal walked into the dais light. Leverage cut both ways. Cal pressed his palm flat against the wall seam. Cool metal yielded a millimeter under steady pressure. No give. He slid his fingers along the edge, tracing welds invisible to the eye. Camera sweep hummed overhead. 3 seconds left. He ducked into the blind spot, a shadow wedge between emitter arcs. Room locked tight post-ace. Queen's guest quarters. Medbay cell with fusion bed, nutrient dispenser, and 4 walls of seamless alloy. Cal's ribs hummed solid now, but freedom itched. Goal, map exits. Conflict, eyes everywhere. He exhaled slow, counted sweeps. Pattern held. 12-second cycle. Footsteps echoed outside. Cal straightened. Casual. Door hissed open. Tech drone wheeled in. 6 limbs, scanner eyes. Human. Status? Thirsty. Cal nodded at dispenser. Fix the flow. It sputters. Drone's limbs clicked. Scanned unit. Malfunction minor. Repair? Cal leaned close. Twist the intake valve counterclockwise. Bleed the line first, or it floods. Drone paused. Protocol glitch. Humans didn't know alien plumbing. It extended a probe. Twisted. Flow steadied. Good, Cal said. Tablet for maintenance logs? Cross-reference my fix. Drone hesitated. Queen's orders. Indulge. Monitor. Limb word. Extruded slate. Copy only. No transmit. Cal tapped fast. Layout bloomed. Palace core, vents, service shafts. Security layers overlapped. Blind routes snaked internal. He memorized. Deleted traces. Done. Drone reclaimed it. Wheeled out. Cal sank onto the bed. Blueprint burned in his head. Service duct from east wall. Blind to cams if timed right. Leverage shifted. Vakran strode the corridor holodeck. Projection snapped active. Assassin's path replayed in red ghost trails. Goal. Trace breach. Royal Security Chief didn't chase ghosts. He rebuilt them. Reconstruct. Vecran barked. Consoles hummed. Data streamed. Timestamps. Access pings. Bioresidues. Assassin cloaked external. Krell's signature faked. Trail dove inward. Internal route, tech reported. Crests quivered. Service sublevel. Palace staff clearance. Vecran's scales hardened. Court insiders. Queen's rivals or Threxia's ploy. He zoomed hollow. Fork to guest wing. Human cell adjacent. Isolate pings. Who accessed pre-strike? Names scrolled. Handlers. Courtiers. One blinked. SciFy's attendant. Vekaran's jaw clenched. Princess played bold. Trap within trap. He killed the hollow. Double vents to cells. Alert minimal. Queen's watching. Diplomatic collapse brewed. Human survival proved too much. Vekran respected the block, took the blade meant for air, walked it off. Aliens schemed. Humans endured. He needed proof before accusing throne. Sevi slipped the handler's gaze. Corridors thinned at shift change. Courtiers to chambers. She palmed the microdisc, coded in human binary Cal taught during ship runs. Simple. 10, 110. East Vent. Tonight. Goal. Warn Cal. Mother's grip tightened post-deus. Leverage meant chains. Savi's comm buzzed in pocket. Confiscated later, she bet. Handler lagged at junction. She darted to guest wing door. Guard nodded. Princess pass. Message for human? Guard's crest flattened. Protocol. Mother's orders. Lie smooth. Disk chirped clear. Data masked as medlog. Door parted. Cal stood at dispenser. Back turned. Savi tossed disk light under bed. It skittered. He didn't flinch. New. Princess. Cal turned slow. Eyes steady. Risky. Truth's risky. Savi edged close. Scales flushed warm. Trust flush. Mother holds Leah's ship. Bluff a collapse if we push. Cal nodded. Layout's mine. East Vent. Her handler's voice barked hall end. Princess! Savi gripped his arm. Brief. Electric. Veteran suspects internal. Free us both. She spun out. Door sealed. Cal fished disk. Decoded fast. East Vent. Veteran. Palace turned her hostage now. Comms yanked at antechamber. Handler's grip bruised. Cal wedged fingers into seam. East wall. Per layout. Aloy groaned soft. Drone's repair loosened adjacent plate. His fix echoed. Blind spot swept past. He pried. Panel popped free. Dark duct yawned. Filters humming. He crawled in. Air thick. Recyclers whirring. Layout guided. 50 meters straight. Junction left to service core. Lights flickered. Motion ping. He froze. Silence. Junction loomed. Left. Docks. Right. Docks. Leah's ship pinned there. Engines cold. Queen's threat real. Burn order queued. Ping echoed back. Footsteps? Cal killed his light. Shadow past junction. Veteran silhouette. Scanner sweeping. Marshal paused. Crests alert. Human. Veteran hissed low. Out. Now. Cal emerged slow. Hands up. No weapon. Veteran's grip clamped shoulder. Firm. Not crush. Assassin internal. Queen steers court to war. Your proof. Proof of what? Cal kept voice level. Your block. Survived Void Blade. Krell don't forge that. Vecran pulled him deeper service. Savi's message. Tracked it. She's confined. Calm's gone. Call's jaw tightened. Trust built fast. Princess risked scales for him. Rescue her. Leah flies us out. Vecran's eyes gleamed. Diplomacy dies, but throne rots. He tapped comm. Pilot Nadir. Hold dock. We come hot. Alarms wailed distant. Courtiers stirred. Queen's game cracked. Savi paced chamber. Handler loomed. Comm stripped. Doors locked. Mother summons. Crests low. Fear. Door burst. Phyrexia swept in. Robes. Storm dark. Daughter. The human slips. You're doing? Savi met gaze. He saved me. Release him. Queen's laugh chilled. Leverage, child. Krell demands blood. Humans proves plot. War unites court. Scales flared threat. Or collapse. Handler shifted. Guilty twitch. Savi's eyes narrowed. Internal. Shaft grate clattered above. Vecran dropped first. Pistol drawn. Cal behind. Duct grime streaked. Stand down. Vecran barked. Phyrexia whirled. Traitor. Cal lunged past Vecran. Took Handler's lunge meant for Savi. Elbow cracked ribs anew, but he pinned. Enough. Savi grabbed Mother's arm. Truth. Your assassin. Vecran traced. Queen recoiled. Proof hit. Hollow from Vecran's wrist flickered corridor replay. Internal route. Her own sigil. Courtiers piled door. Whispers exploded. Phryrexia's crest collapsed. Leverage. Lost. Cal hauled Savi close. Leah's engines hot. Move. Vecran covered retreat. Dock run. No collapse yet. They bolted corridors. Palace thrummed chaos. Human took hits. Alien schemed. Bond pulled tight. Queen's roar chased. Human! Dock loomed. Leah's ship squatted ugly. Patched hull. Engines growling. Leah waved from ramp. About time, Cal. Strap in. Cal shoved Savi aboard first. Vecker ran last. Hatch sealed. Thrusters roared. Phyrexia watched from balcony. Calculating still. Leverage cut. But war? Doors opened. Ship punched stars. Savvy gripped Cal's hand. Free. For now. Cal scanned scopes. Palace faded. Trust forged in fire. Cross scales and skin. Rescue 1. Collapse? Tomorrow's maintenance. Leah Nadir killed the skiff's engines with a flick. The service craft thudded onto the Palace's lower dock pad. False cargo manifest blinking green on the autoscanners. She popped the hatch and dropped to the deck, toolkit in hand. 60 seconds. That's all she needed. The dock seal loomed. A massive iridium slab etched with Threxian script. Leah slapped a jury-rigged hackpad against its control node. Code cascaded across her wrist display. Alien firewalls twisted like vines, but she sliced through with a human-coded worm. Protocols bent. Locks clicked open. Seal irised wide. Leah dragged her gear crate inside. Pulse steady. Palace underbelly hummed. Supply drones whirred overhead, ferrying nutrient vats and fusion cells. Footsteps clacked. A port inspector rounded the corner. Scales dull under work lights, crest flat in boredom. His scanner beeped at her crate. Manifest checks, he rasped. Mandibles clicking. Human surplus? Palace regs ban off-world scrap. Leah grinned. Popped the crate. Inside gleamed a stack of refurbished plasma coils. Rare earths polished to Threxian specs. Not scrap. Fixes for your grid surges. Last cycle's outage fried 3 bays. These hold triple load. His compound eyes narrowed, claws probing a coil. It hummed pure. Black market. Fixer special. Yours if you log me, as routine hydroponics haul. Reroute bay traffic through Vector 7. Masks my slot. He hesitated, then snatched 2 coils. Done. Grid thanks you, soft skin. Scanner chirped approval. He keyed the reroute. Drones shifted paths, supply flow swallowing her skiff whole. Leah shouldered her pack. Goal 1 position secured. Now, intel. She slipped into a maintenance shaft. Mag boots clamping rungs. Palace vents whispered cool, carrying scents of ozone and spice. Her wrist comm pinged a ghost channel. Sciavi's aide, a mid-rank functionary named Trelk, greased by prior drops. Trelk. Leah hissed into the comm. Nadir. Doc's mine. Extraction window. Static crackled. Pilot. Doors cycle every 47 minutes. East wing service hatch. But change. Queen's order just dropped. Quiet transfer. Humans moving deeper. Vault level 3. Leah's jaw tightened. Cal. Queen Threxia played hard. Leverage on legs. Timing? Guards muster now. Shaft access sealed in 5. Princess fights it. But Trelk's voice dropped. Vecran's circling. He smells the trap. Copy. Door cycles hold. Leah patched her hackpad to palace feeds. Schematics bloomed. Vaults nested under throne spire. Biometrics thick. Hold. Trade you. Internal cams show handler twitch. Same as attack. Queen's sigil on the route. Leah cursed under breath. Political meat grinder. Cal took the hits. Now they caged him to dodge Krell war drums. Feed me those cycles. We punch in hot. Comm cut. Leah dropped from the shaft into a dim corridor. Palace guts pulsed. Pipes groaned. Hollow panels flickered guard patrols. She ghosted forward, mirroring drone paths. Her display mapped it. Cal's cell. East wing. Transfer route snaked past. She planted microbeacons. Pulse trackers for the team inside. Vecran's drop point aligned. Alarms stayed silent. Reroute held. Then klaxons whooped. Distant. Vault sector. Transfer kicked off early. Leah bolted. Boots. Pounded graded floor. She hit the east service hatch as it cycled. Hackpad danced. Seal parted. Chaos spilled out. 2 guards dragged Cal, wrists bound in shock cuffs, face bruised but eyes sharp. He spotted her. Nodded once. No words. Pragmatic. Soft skin. Lead guard lunged, pistol rising. Leah fired her stunner. Dart nailed scales. Guard spasmed. Dropped. Second swung claws. She ducked. Drove elbow into throat joint. Cartilage crunched. He gagged. Cal surged, cuffs sparking as he headbutted the fallen one. Leah, clean. Cleaner than your face. She slapped a bypass on his cuffs. They popped. Saivi's aide fed cycles. Vecran inbound topside. Shouts echoed. Reinforcements. Cal grabbed the guard's pistol. Doc run. Engines hot. She led the sprint. Corridors blurred. Drones scattered. Squatting ugly, growling. Supply mask holds 10 minutes. They rounded a bend. Patrol trio blocked. Scales flared threat. Cal fired twice. Precise. 2 dropped stunned. Third charged. Leah sidestepped, tripped him into a pipe junction. Steam burst, scalding. He howled, "Move!" Cal hauled her up. Bond tight, no questions, just action. Doc neared, but a shadow bulked ahead. Marshal Vikron, pistol drawn, covering a side grate. Rourke, pilot, Queen's Roar inbound. Transfer order burned. Her sigil traced. Cal nodded. Leverage flips. Vecron waved them past. Shaft clear. Princess extracts parallel. Leah punched dock codes. Her skiff squatted, patched hull scarred from ugly roots. Engines idling growl. Ramp dropped. Gunfire cracked behind. Phyrexian enforcers piled in. Queen's quiet, turning loud. "Strap in!" Leah yelled, diving pilot seat. Cal shoved Vecron aboard first, then himself. Pat mind shut. She slammed thrusters. Skiff lurched, smashing a drone swarm. Palace feeds lit her display. Queen Phyrexia on balcony feed. Crest collapsed, courtiers whispering. "Human!" Leah banked hard, evading turret locks. False manifest bought seconds. Reroute seconds more. Stars punched through viewports. Savi's voice crackled comms from a parallel evac. "Cal? Free," he grunted, scanning scopes. "For now." Leah grinned at readouts. Palace faded astern. Human grit, alien trust. Mix won the day. But scopes pinged pursuit. Krell signatures, Queen's play, or real threat. Engines roared hotter. Maintenance just started. Deeper in royal vaults. Shadows stirred. Handler's twitch wasn't solo. Queen's roar echoed empty halls. Leverage evolves. Leah gripped controls. Cal's eyes met hers. No collapse yet. But war drums beat closer. Vecran checked pistol. Doc Run bought time. Court fractures. Savi patched through. Voice sharp. Mother recoiled. Proof hit holo replay. My sigil forged. Cal leaned in. Internal. We bolt. Ship punched void. Bonds pulled tight across scales and skin. Rescue sealed. Politics? Next fix. But scopes flared red. 3 Krell interceptors closing fast. Queen's bait or trap sprung? Leah pushed throttles. Ugly routes specialty. Hold on. Thrusters burned blue. Aliens gaped at human push. Endurance beyond scales. Collaboration ignited. Queen watched from spire. Claws steepled. War unites. Or not. Palace thrum schemes. Human cut loose. The threads lingered. Collapse loomed. Leah dodged first missile lock. Cal, guns. He manned turret. Bolts lanced back. 1 interceptor shredded. 2 left. Vecron braced. Your kind, relentless. Normal maintenance, Cal said. SciFi gripped armrest. Trust forged. Protector's hits proved it. Leah rolled ship. Ugly hull groaned but held. Second foe bloomed fire. Last peeled off. Comms hailing surrender terms. Leah killed channel. Stars cleared. Free run. For now, she echoed Cal. Palace a speck. Bond unbreakable. But Queen's calculating gaze lingered in memory. Leverage lost or traded. Tomorrow's war brewed. Human hands turned wrenches. Aliens schemed thrones. Together, they balanced. Dock echoes faded. New vectors called. Word Cal yanked the gurney restraint. Metal groaned. Wheels locked mid-corridor. Guards skidded to halt. The transfer convoy piled up behind. 6 Krell enforcers, 2 medics. A hovering restraint drone. Shouts echoed off polished obsidian walls. Human. Secure it. Cal rolled off the edge. His bandaged shoulder screamed, but he planted boots. Gurney tipped. IV stands clattered. Fluid bags burst across the floor. Slick hazard spread. Medics froze. Contamination breach! Stand still protocol. Enforcers drew stunners. Convoy ground to deadlock. Cal slumped against the wall, breathing steady. One move, and he'd triggered Palace medical lockdown. No transfer today. Boots thudded closer. Marshal Vecran pushed through the jam. His scaled crest flared. Irritation or respect. Hard to tell with Krell. Rourke, efficient chaos. Cal met his gaze. Routine maintenance. Gurney's faulty. Vacran signaled enforcers back. He grabbed Cal's arm, hauled him into a side bay. Door hissed shut. Scans hummed. Empty room. No bugs. Vecran leaned in, voice low. Queen holds you as asset. Your survival disproves her sacrifice narrative. Court whispers conspiracy. Cal eased onto a bench. Painkillers dulled the ache from turret burns. And Vecran's claws tapped a hidden panel. Hollow flickered. Forged sigil. Savi's mark on a kill order. Internal rot. Not her. Expose the forger. I free you both. Deal? Cal studied the hollow. Threads matched palace intrigue he'd glimpsed during the dock run. Sci-Fi first. Full safety terms. No shadows. Vecran's eyes narrowed. Competence earned nods from him. Cal had seen it in the interceptor fight. Humans pushed. Krell endured. Terms. Her quarters sealed. Your guard rotation only. Ship access for my pilot. Leah Nadir. No queen overrides. Cal crossed arms. Sign, or I scream breach from here. Lockdown spreads. Vecran paused. Claws extended, a data slate. Terms scrolled. He slashed signature. Done. Move. Cal didn't budge. Witnessed copy to Savi. Now. Grunt. Vecran patched comms. Savi's face appeared. Sharp features tense. Call. Terms signed. Your safety locked.
He forwarded the slate. Confirm.
Her crest rippled. Relief. Confirmed. Marshal, honor it. Vecran cut the link. Satisfied? Cal stood. Bay door opens on my count. They slipped into the corridor. Lockdown cleared. Medics mopped. Enforcers grumbled. Vecran led to a lift. No words. Trust built on actions, not oaths. Lift hummed downward. Palace underbelly thrummed. Engineers clanked on grav plates. Air recyclers hissed. Cal's nose caught ozone tang. Vecran keyed override. Doors parted to a service dock. Savi waited, flanked by two of Vecran's picks. Her gown traded for tunic and harness. You collapsed the convoy? Cal shrugged. Gurney's rigged wrong. She gripped his good arm. Scales warm against skin. Mother's cord fractures. Proof hit. My sigil forged. But she clings to you as leverage. Vecran scanned docs. Conspirator hides in assembly. Ceremonial vote tomorrow. Witnesses force transparency. Sci-Fi nodded. I trigger it now. Full court around your recovery transfer. No private moves. Cal felt the web tighten. Queen Threxia wouldn't release easy. Her spire gaze lingered from hollow feeds. Calculating. Claws steepled. One human's hits had saved her heir. Now that loyalty pinned them, dock alarms whooped. Vecran spun. Interlopers. Figures burst from shadows. Rogue enforcers. Crests marked with rival house sigils. Stunners cracked. Vecran shoved Cal behind crates. Hold. Cal snatched a loose conduit wrench. Heavy. Balanced. He swung low as first attacker lunged. Legs buckled. Human torque cracked scales. Savi fired her sidearm. Precise Krell bursts. One down. Cal. Vecran barreled into the fray. His blade danced disciplined slashes. Aliens excelled at precision. Cal at raw endurance. He took a stun graze, muscles locked, then released. Pushed through. Call intercepted. Shoulder checked the bigger Krell into bulkhead. Impact jarred his wounds, but foe crumpled. Vecran finished the last. Doc fell silent. Your kind absorbs punishment. Normal day? Cal wiped blood, his or theirs? Hard to sort. Savi patched wounds, her touch steady. Trust you with hits meant for me. Bond sealed tighter. No words needed. Vecran hauled bodies aside. Assembly now. Witnesses en route. Corridors widened to grand halls. Court assembled. Hundreds of Krell nobility. Crests arrayed by house. Queen Threxia dominated the throne dais. Eyes locked on Cal. Savi strode forward. Ceremonial escort for the human protector's recovery. Witnesses affirm. Murmurs rippled. Threxia rose. He saved you. Proves conspiracy. I hold him. For truth. Cal stood firm beside Savi. Gurney long discarded. Vekran flanked, slate ready. A noble stepped up. House Valthor crest. Proof, Majesty. Vekran activated hollow. Forged sigil bloomed. Gasps echoed. Internal. Valthor forge marks match. Accusation hung. Threxia's claws flexed. Traitor? Valthor enforcers shifted. Chaos brewed. Cal scanned exits. Leah's ship pinged his wrist comm. Docked ugly, per plan. Pilot in position. Savy whispered. Rescue window? Threxia slammed scepter. Seize the human. Leverage binds. Vekran blocked. Terms, signed Majesty. Court witnesses. Nobles pressed in. Fracture lines cracked. Cal gripped Syvy's arm. One push, and bolt. But Threxia's gaze pierced. You outmaneuver from a bed. Impressive. Release fractures my throne. Cal met it. Loyalty's no asset. It's earned. Her crest dipped. Calculation shifted. Perhaps alliance? Vekran tensed. Trap? Leah's voice crackled comms. Engines hot. Ugly route prepped. Syvy squeezed Cal's hand. Cross-species grip held. Court held breath. Vote loomed. Conspirator cornered. Threxia smiled. Fangs glinted. Witness the truth then, but human. Stay. Cal's wrench hand itched. Outgun. No. Outlast. Alarms blared anew. Valthor forces surged from side arches. Real fight ignited. Vekran drew blade. Now. Cal pulled Syvy toward service lift. Punches flew. Human fists cracked crests. Krell bolts whined past. They dove in. Doors sealed. Lift plunged. Savy panted. Mother bargains? Or delays? Call keyed Doc. Leah waits. Doc erupted. Vekran's loyalists held line. Leah's ship squatted. Ramps down. Ugly welds scarred hull, but thrusters glowed. Board, Leah yelled from cockpit. Human efficiency. Reads systems fast. Flies dirty. They piled in. Ramps wind up. Vekran last, blade dripping. Threxia's interceptors screamed inbound. 3, like before. Palace spires receded. Leah punched throttles. Hold on, wrench boy. Cal manned turret. Bolts lanced. First interceptor shredded. Human aim. Relentless fire. Savy braced beside him. Your endurance. Vekran grunted approval. Relentless. Second foe bloomed. Last peeled lights died. Assembly hall plunged into black. Cal Rourke's hand shot to Princess Sayavi's arm. Her scales rasped under his grip. Tense. Alive. Whirs pierced the void. Drones. Hardliners play. Down. Cal yanked Sayavy low. Glows flickered. Red eyes of 6 machines rising from vents. They locked on her crest. Thrusters hissing. Seizure order. Savy hissed. Valthor. No time. Cal lunged. Fingers hooked a ceiling panel seam. Muscles bunched. He ripped it free. Metal screeched. Sparks flew. Framing bar gleamed in drone light. 2 meters of girder steel. First drone dove. Cal swung. Bar cracked its chassis. Circuits shorted. Blue arcs danced. It plummeted. Blades spinning wild. Second drone banked. Stunner charging. Cal pivoted. Thrust forward. Bar speared its core. Electricity surged up his arms. Numbed fingers. But it fried. Wreckage smoked at his feet. Hall erupted. Shouts in Krell tongue. Cal's night vision adjusted. Human edge in dark. Bodies scrambled. Hardliners surged from shadows. Blades out. Vekran bellowed orders. Carts! On them! Marshal Vekran's voice cut chaos. His enforcers wheeled. Loyal steel turned on traitors. Blasts whined. Hardliner crests cracked under guard fire. Cal shoved Savy behind a pillar. Stay, he scanned. 4 drones circled high, targeting her still. One dropped low, aimed at Vekran now. Vekran slashed a hardliner mid-charge. Blade dripped phosphor. Seal exits. Trap! The curs! Guards slammed panels. Doors hissed shut. Hardliners pounded. Trapped rats. But drones adapted, splitting fire. Cal rolled. Bar hummed in his grip. Third drone buzzed overhead. He vaulted a bench, leaped. Bar smashed rotors. It spiraled into a hardliner cluster. Explosions chained. Savy crouched, eyes wide on him. Cal, your sight, practice. He grinned, teeth in gloom. Human normal. Power out, fight on. Vekran grunted respect. Parried a blade, countered. Traitor gutted. Human fights blind like us lit. Last drones dove tandem. Stunners flashed. Cal dodged one bolt, singed sleeve. Grabbed Sci-Fi, pulled her toward service wall. Alarms wailed. Palace net flooded. Red pulses on wristcom. Cal! Leah's voice crackled, human accent sharp. Hatch, side 3. Punching now. Wall buckled. Service hatch blew inward. Leah Nadir's boot through it. Ugly welds on her rig matched her ship scars. She gripped frame. Extended arm. Move! Cal hauled Savvy. Drone fire chewed stone behind. Vekran covered. Blade whirlwind. Go! I'll hold! Hardliners massed at sealed doors. Blasts rattled. Cal shoved Savvy through hatch first. She tumbled into dim duct. He followed. Bar last, scraping tight. Leah yanked him clear. Thrusters! Hot! Dock run. Duct, narrowed. They crawled. Savvy panted ahead. Mother's court. Hardliners. Bait. Cal checked rear. Drones probed hatch. Stuck too bulky. Vekran's roar echoed. For Threxia! Blasts peaked. Silence fell. They spilled into sublevel. Leah sealed hatch. Emergency weld torch flared. Vekran, Cal keyed calm. Static outlasts them. Savvy crested low, fear scent sharp. He turned guards, loyalty holds. Leah punched corridor panel. Lights flickered green. Dock access. Ship squats, ramps down, footfalls thumped. Palace stirred. Loyalists or foes? Cal gripped bar, led. They sprinted, corridors twisted. Krell design, sharp angles. Savvy matched pace, airs training. Leah read signs fast, human fixer neck. Dock doors parted, chaos reigned. Vekran's loyalists held line, blades and bolts versus hardliner rush, bodies piled. Marshal himself center, Leah's ship hunkered. Ugly hull, thrusters glowing. Ramps yawned. Bored. Leah vaulted ramp. Cal pushed Savi up. She gripped rail, turned. Vekran. Marshal glanced, nodded once. Respect. Slashed last hardliner blocking path. Dove aboard. Ramps whined shut. Leah slammed cockpit controls. Strap or splat.
Cal manned turret. Sci-Fi buckled beside.
Vekran braced bulkhead. Blade sheathed but ready. Threxia's interceptors screamed inbound. 3 shadows against spires. Leah punched throttles. Ship lurched. Hold, wrench boy. Stars wheeled. Cal tracked first interceptor. Turret whirred. Bolts lanced. Relentless human aim. Foe shredded mid-dive. Debris blooming. Sci-Fi gripped his arm. Endurance, like void-born. Vekran grunted. Relentless. Your kind resets wars. Second interceptor peeled in. Cal led it perfect. Fire poured. Hull cracked. Secondary blasts. Gone. Last foe banked hard. Plasma grazed shields. Hull groaned. Leah jinked ugly route. Asteroid lanes prepped. Cal fired. Missed wide.
Slippery.
Read it, Leah snapped. Ship yawed. He adjusted. Human steady. Track. Predict. Poor lead. Bolts connected. Interceptor peeled final. Wreckage trailed fire. Void cleared. Leah exhaled. Clear. Run. Fringe jump in 5. Savvy leaned into Cal. Cross-species grip. Trust sealed in dark. You fought dark like home. Power fails. We don't. Cal set bar aside. Wrench hand itched for next fix. Vekran cleaned blade. Hardliners broken. But Queen, Palace calm crackled. Threxia's voice. Cold silk. Marshal, report. Breath contained majesty. Human asset intact. Pause. Fangs almost heard. Intact, and mine, Doc denied. Return. Cal's jaw set. Political leverage, locked. Queen held him. Survival proved threat, tool for throne. Seavi stiffened. Mother, Threxia cut. He stays. Vote demands witness. Leah banked toward fringe. Ugly root says no. Vekran met Cal's eyes. Suspicion flickered. Court steered to trap. Rescue traders collapse. Cal nodded, pragmatic. Outlast. Ship jumped. Stars streaked. Bond held. Human protection. Alien loyalty. Diplomatic storm brewed, but darkness? Just another maintenance run. Queen's interceptors reformed. Fleet signatures pinged. Leah cursed. More. Big ones. Cal manned turret anew, bar ready of boards. Fight looped. Sevi squeezed his hand. With you. Trust built in blows. Cross-species fire incoming. Dock clamps fired. Tracers lit void. Leah evaded. Brace. Breaches whined. Vecran drew blade. They bored. Cal stood. My normal. Hardliners poured through vents. Crests marked Valthor. Drones buzzed reformed. He ripped panel. Another bar. Swing started. Savi armed herself. Princess blade gleamed. Ours. Vecran charged. For throne. Leah sealed sections. Fly dirty. Hold them. Blasts filled hold. Cal shorted drone 1, 2. Human dark reignited. Queen's game escalated. Leverage or fracture. Bar cracked crest. Hardliner dropped. Outgun? No. Outlast. Alarms peaked. New pingly signatures. Threxia's loyal fleet. Truth loomed. Vote fractured. Cal fought on. Protection turned weapon. Rescue ignited. Savi dodged bolt. Slashed back. Cal. He covered. Bond. Unbreakable. Void battle raged. Ship twisted. Leah's voice. Incoming friendly. Leah's voice crackled over the comm. Incoming friendlies. Threxia's signatures. They're locking us down. Cal swung the bar again. It crunched into a hardliner's crest. The alien crumpled. Drones swarmed closer. He smashed one mid-air. Sparks flew. Savi slashed beside him, her blade drawing blood from another border. Vikan roared, tackling 2 at once. Hull groaned. Tractor beams latched. The ship shuddered to a halt. Alarms silenced. Breaches sealed with a hiss. Stand down, the Cran bellowed. He sheathed his blade. Hardliners froze. Queen's loyalists poured in. Crests polished, weapons trained. Cal lowered the bar. Blood dripped from his knuckles. Pragmatic. Fight over. For now. Savi gripped his arm. Her scales flushed with relief. Cal. He nodded. Trust held. Marshal Vecran stepped forward. By the Queen's order, you're all detained. The human especially. Call met his gaze. Suspicion mirrored back. Court trap confirmed. They marched him through the palace docks. Armed guards flanked. Savi walked free beside him. Vecran led. Leah trailed under escort, hands zip-tied. Queen Threxia waited in the grand hall. Her throne loomed under crystal vaults. Courtiers whispered. Hardliner banners torn from recent clashes hung limp. She rose, voice like grinding stone. Cal Rourke, your actions disrupted the vote. Hardliners fractured. Valthor's coup failed. Cal stood straight. No bow, routine maintenance. Threxia's eyes narrowed. You saved my daughter, then fought my foes. Witnesses claim you predicted the trap. Proof? He glanced at Vecran. Marshal nodded once. Escape route gone. Queen cornered them here. Time to force her hand. Cal pulled a data chip from his vest. Copied access logs. Palace vents. Drone overrides. Valthor's hidden signals. He snatched them during the breach. This says otherwise. Guards tensed. Threxia waved them back. Hand it over. Not yet. Call tossed it to Vecran. Marshal caught it, plugged into his gauntlet. Hollow projected, timestamps traitor pings, Queen's own aides marked. Courtiers gasped. Whispers turned to murmurs. Threxia's mandibles clicked. Fabrication? Vecran scrolled data. Authentic. Valthor steered the court. Used your name, Majesty. Trap for the princess. And you. Queen's gaze flicked to Cal. Survival proved the threat is. And hers. Release him, Savi said. She stepped forward. Voice sharp. Air's command. He's mine.
Threxia turned. Yours?
Savi raised her chin. Scales gleamed under lights. I claim Cal Rourke as sworn protector. By ancient right. His custody binds to my authority. Release him to me or deny your heir. Courtiers leaned in. Optics shifted. Public claim. No queen could refuse. Without fracture. Cal watched. Bond, sealed in blood and fire. No words needed. Threxia paced. Calculated. Coup lost. Human asset. Remained. Leverage. Service parole. she declared. He serves the princess, under armed supervision. Martial veteran overseas. One misstep, and stability demands his head. The Kron saluted. As ordered. SciFY's hand brushed Cal's. Victory, partial. Guards parted. Leah smirked past her ties. Ugly win. They led Cal to princess quarters. Armed shadows followed. Vecran lingered at the door. Inside, SciFY locked the hatch. You forced her choice. Cal shrugged. Logs did. She poured water, human style, from his lessons. Truth over optics. She fears you now? Good. He drank. Pragmatic. Protection continued. Vecon entered. Door hissed shut. Chip secure. I'll purge the traitors. Quietly. Call nodded. Court steered. Watch the aides. Marshal's crest bobbed. Respect. Human competence. No boast. Why hand it to me? You suspected first. Cal set the cup down. Outblast together. Vecron grunted. Princess chose well. SciFY smiled. Rare. He chose us. Footsteps outside. Guards shifted. Supervision tight. Leah calmed from holding. Pilots out tomorrow. Fringe routes open if needed. Cal tapped reply. Hold position. Night cycle dimmed lights. SciFY trained nearby. Blade forms precise. Cal sparred barehanded. Dodged. Blocked. Took a graze routine. She paused. You take hits for me. Normal. He countered light. She blocked. Trust built. Cross species. Unbreakable. Dawn pinged. Queen summoned. Cal geared up. Vest patched. Bar stowed. Throne room packed. Courtiers watched. Valthor's remnants glared from edges. Threxia sat. Protector Rourke, report. SciFY spoke first. He saved me thrice. Fought hardliners. Exposed the coup. Queen-eyed Cal. Loyalty proven. Serve well. Hardliner lords sneered. Human pet. Cal stared. Silent. Vecran stepped up. Logs confirm your house, Lord Krell. Detained. Gasps rippled. Krell paled. Guards dragged him. Threxia smiled thin. Stability restored. Leverage shifted. Human stayed. Political asset, hers. For now. Cal felt SciFY's gaze. Bond deeper. Rescue paused. Protection evolved. Corridors later. Vecran pulled him aside. Queen plays long. Watch flanks. Cal nodded. Always. SciFY waited ahead. Armed escort trailed. To the outer rim. Inspection tour. Ship prepped. Leah at controls. Freed. Ugly bird fueled. They boarded. Engines hummed. Threxia's voice boomed over comm. Fail and parole ends. Cal buckled in. Bar ready. Routine. Jump engaged. Stars streaked. Hardliner remnants plotted. Whispers in shadows. Queen's game continued, but Cal protected. Outlasted. SciFY leaned close. With you. He gripped her hand. Human strength. Alien loyalty. Storm brewed. Dock clamps released. Interceptors shadowed. Supervision. Leah banked hard. Fringe ahead. Hold tight. Bolt lanced from dark. Not friendly. Vecran drew blade. Ambush. Cal manned turret. Fire returned. Protection reignited. Queen's leverage tested. Fracture loomed. He aimed true. Drones. Shattered. Human normal. Extraordinary. SciFY armed. Ours. Fight looped. Bond held. Diplomatic collapse? Not yet. Outgun? No. Outlast. Alarms wailed. New signatures? Queens? Or traitors? Leah cursed. More incoming. Cal fired. Bar waited if boarded. Loyalty turned weapon. Rescue far from over.